Hey guys, it's Misty with my paper cuts, and today I'm sharing all of my finale projects for Heather's Halloween collaboration. Again, I'm so honored to have been part of this collaboration. It is my first one, and I've had a ton of fun making all these projects. I'm actually really glad that I decided to do so many themes because I went through some of my stash, but I didn't get bored throughout the collaboration because I had so many different styles to work with and so many different projects. So for this one, I am going to share the vintage one, which for those of you who haven't seen my other videos, for the vintage theme, I have been using the Spellcast collection from Pink Paisley. I had a bunch of pieces of it, and I had some gifted to me, so I wanted to definitely use it. And since my swap partner decided that she wanted to go with the pastel Halloween, I was able on my other projects to use some of the embellishments and things that I had made going along this collaboration. So for this one, I actually used some of the flowers. I didn't use the tags or anything. I'm kind of saving those because I'm super happy with how they turned out. But right now I'm going to insert photos of what I got for this project. I was actually at a yard sale and I found this little miniature shelf with 5 little books on it that had been, they'd actually been cut down to look just like a little bookshelf. And I mean, it's miniature, it's 9 inches long, and none of the books are more than 5 inches tall. So they are actually perfect for this because the Spellcast collection, as y'all know, we only have the 6x6 size for the paper pads. So I couldn't really do any large projects. So I'm going to go ahead and insert the photos now of what it looked like before. Okay, so now that you've seen what it looked like before, here is what I have come up with. So I'm going to start with the top view here. And what I first did was I pulled all the books off. I painted the shelf with black, but then I used a baby wipe to wipe off some of the paint so that a little bit of the brown would show through here and there. I didn't want it to be solid black. I draped some spooky cloth over it, and then I started on the books. So for the books, I took a gold paint pen. I distressed the tops of the books, but then I hit it with the gold paint pen to give them some shine like older books. And then I covered each one of them in pattern papers. This one is the gold rose, this one is the green, the light peach, that kind of ombre speckled one, and then the black marble one there. And then I distressed the edges of all the papers, and then I decorated each of the books. So because it was only 6x6 paper, it didn't reach all the way around, so I couldn't just wrap the books. So to cover up the seams, on a couple of these I used some trims. So like on this one I used a rope trim, and on this one, it's easier to see from this other side, there's like a lacy trim in there, and then on this one it's just a black floral trim. And then on this book I attached a metal like filigree butterfly that I got for free in something that I had ordered. On this one I took one of the cut aparts from the paper pad and trimmed it down because I liked the gold trim and then the numbers at the top. And I inked up the edges and distressed them and everything and just attached that like a label. I did the same thing on this one, but at the bottom here it just said magical, so I covered it with a beware sticker. I wanted a real pop of black there. On this one I didn't think it needed much because it's tucked pretty far back, but then there's a little filigree piece and then a little resin rose. And on this one it's another cut apart done in the same way. I then had these were actually clear at one point, these clear bottles that I had picked up in the kids section at Michael's. They had them on sale for 40% off or something, and there was like 4 bottles in the collection, and I wanted some larger bottles for this. So on this one back here, I actually filled it with just black acrylic paint and a little bit of water and shook it around. And then I put a sticker on it, and then I dabbed a little bit of gold paint from a paint pen on it, and along with the top. I just wanted it to have a little touch of metallic. And then on this one, I actually did the outside of the bottle with, yeah, there's those telltale glue strings. I just hit it with some alcohol ink and some more of that metallic gold pen. I tied some twine and a couple of little charms on it. This feather was silver. I hit it with the same alcohol ink so that it would match. And then I did a sticker on that one again. And then on this one I kept it clear, but I did dab some gold paint on it, and I put a sticker, and then I put a little bit of just gauze out of my first aid kit inside, and then some of those Tim Holtz bones. So, and then I tucked in some of the flowers that I made, and a bone here and there. And then this is a sticker that I distressed the heck out of it to tuck it back there. One of my little wooden rats. This is a skeleton cameo. I think it's from Tim Holtz. I attached it to some chain and just kind of ran the chain around just so it would hang off. I like the hanging element off the edge of the shelf here. And then on this side, there's a couple more of the flowers just tucked in. I wanted them to look real rough. And then another rat kind of hiding back there in the nest of the spooky cloth. So anyway, that is my finale project for the vintage theme done with Spellcast. I hope you all enjoyed, and thanks so much for joining me.